Alrighty, everybody. Hello and welcome. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing well. And yeah. Excuse me. Wow. Well, there you go. Wow, we do some scat manning and then some disgusting belching to start today's stream. That's a really good start right there. I know that's what you've all been waiting for. Okay, welcome to the stream, everyone. Today is Monday, the 30th of March, 2020. It is the final consecutive streaming day for this week for me, because tomorrow I'm off from streaming to undertake other endeavors, like grocery shopping, which at this point is like going out on a safari with a machete trying to chop through a wild tropical forest in search of, like, Incan gold or something. Incan gold called paper towels and stuff like that, amongst other things. So, yes, everyone, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I hope that you're doing well, given the current circumstances. If you live in the United States, you now know that we are going to be in this lockdown mode for another month. And I'm not surprised. I was actually talking about this previously. I said it was funny because I was getting all these emails from different stores and the like, and they were like, oh yeah, we're closing our doors till April 3rd. And I was like, April 3rd? Do you really think that's how a pandemic virus works, that it just magically gives up by April 3rd? I'm pretty sure that's 2 weeks time is not a lot in order to do anything. And then it was official last night. It was announced by our government that looks like we're going for another month. So for some of you who are gamers like me, you're like, man, well, another month of fun games. There's great releases this month. Good stuff coming up. This should be awesome. But can you imagine for those people who are not gamers, what it must be like right now? Imagine if they're heavily into sports or, a hobby that basically is not virtual. People got to be going stir crazy, and now they were just told, guess what? Another month. So it is what it is, I guess, right? I made a tweet last night that basically we're lucky. We are the lucky few because we're gamers. Our hobby is playing these fun virtual experiences. And right now, there's so many cool new releases during this gaming season coming out. I mean, just in the last month, we've had games like Neo 2, Doom Eternal, Animal Crossing, Call of Duty Warzone, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, the Mega Man Zero collection. That's just the last month. Coming up in the next month, we've got Resident Evil 3 Remake, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Trials of Mana, among other things. So there's a little bit of something for everyone, no matter really what you're looking for as a gamer. There is something for you right now, and that's a great thing. Or if you're someone like me who likes everything, this is an amazing time. This is a super busy time of the year, super exciting. And I hope that you guys are enjoying the streams and having a good time here with everything that I'm putting out, on a daily basis with my live streams and, the fun interactivity we're having every day. We are lucky. We could be in a really worse situation than we are right now. It's funny because I was just saying to Kat last night, we're sitting on the couch, we're having a good time. She's playing Animal Crossing. All right. I'm relaxing. I'm listening to the nice music of the Animal Crossing soundtrack. And Jasper's sitting between us, relaxing on a little pillow of his that we have there on the couch. And I'm petting him, and I'm like, we're super lucky because we're a couple that we like staying home. Like, we like doing stuff at home. Right now, we can watch some YouTube stuff, or we can watch a show, or we can listen to some relaxing music or whatever. And this is, like, really fun to us, While other people are just, they don't like that. They like to go out constantly and be out of their homes, and we're not like that. So we're in a time where, like, to be that kind of a person is very lucky, We're like homebodies. I guess we're homebodies when it really comes down to it. But it is what it is. I hope that all of you are, abiding by whatever regulations are going on where you live, because I know that many of the people watching my streams are not just in the U.S. here. In the U.S., basically, there's no martial law or anything like that. It's just you're supposed to stay home if you can. You're only supposed to go out for necessity. So, for example, you need to go to the grocery store. You need to go to the pharmacy. You need to go get pet supplies. You need to go to a necessary doctor's appointment or something like that. That's all acceptable, okay? But no one's supposed to be going out to do frivolous things. And, you know, one of the things that we're doing here is we're trying to keep, you know, local businesses alive by supporting them. For example, you know, a local restaurant or whatever, if they're doing delivery or takeout, you know, trying to support those businesses, because if we don't, in the next month, they could go out of business, you know? If you just forget about them, oh, I'm just going to constantly make meals at home and not support local business, well, they could be gone in the next month, which would be insanely unfortunate. That our whole economy will flip because we're all stuck at home, okay? So, that's kind of what we're doing here. And, you know, my day off tomorrow from streaming is going to be exactly that. Going out grocery shopping, going out and doing essential things that need to be done, and ordering out some food so that the local businesses stay afloat, you know? You know, I hope that tomorrow when I'm not here on stream, you guys will have a good day. You know, you have many options of things you could do. You could always get caught up on all of my content over on DSPGaming on YouTube, where everything is always on demand. All my recent, you know, game playthroughs, ongoing game playthroughs are there for you. Or whatever else you feel like doing. Obviously, there's a lot more in the world than just my content, right, that you can do. And then I'll be back on Wednesday. All right, so let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about the streaming schedule, okay? Today, it's Doom Eternal End Game. And I really mean that because I'm basically in the third to last stage, but right at the end of it. And then there's 2 more stages, and that's the end of the game. Now, normally I would say, oh, that's it, I'm beating the game today. But from everyone, kind of, without spoiling, everyone's kind of, you know, warned me. They said the end of this game is insane. That basically the final stuff at this game is super duper hard, and everyone is having a hard time with it. It's not just like, oh, you know, it's Phil sucks and he'll have a hard time with it. No, like everyone who's played this game apparently is having a hard time with it. Okay? And so, we'll see. You know, we shall see what happens here today and see how this goes. All right? Then tonight, later tonight, it is time for chill Minecraft fun. All right? Chill Minecraft fun. Good stuff. 2 hours of Minecraft. What are we doing tonight? To my knowledge, okay, to my knowledge, I think tonight we're going to be doing some more work on the mob grinder. But really, in reality, I haven't had a chance to check on what exactly we're doing in Minecraft tonight. I have to see if Papa Vera has updated any guides or whatever. I know for a fact that on the agenda, we finished the Yoshi egg last week, so that was great. We finished up a sculpture project. It's done. It's excellent. I know that we still have to work more on the mob grinder, but in addition, with the next project coming up is going to be this either Roman or Greek architecture style or whatever the hell it's going to be. So we'll see. We'll see how stuff goes here. But that should be tonight. Fun 2-hour chill Minecraft stream to end the week. As I've already mentioned, I am off on Tuesday. I shall return on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we're going to be continuing on with the conclusion of Mass Effect 2. To my knowledge, there's like 2 major story missions left in Mass Effect to finish up the game. But the final mission, which is the suicide mission itself, can take anywhere from, 1 to 2 hours to complete because it's very lengthy. There's multiple legs of this mission where you have to send out your various crew members to do certain particular jobs and stuff. So the big finale of Mass Effect 2 on Wednesday, wrapping up that 10-year anniversary Renegade Run playthrough. And then Wednesday night, it will be Call of Duty Warzone. We'll see how that goes. A 3rd session ever. Not to say that I'm in love with the game because I'm really not, but you guys seem to like, watching me play it. So we'll do some more of that Wednesday night. Thursday's up in the air. And here's why. If I beat Doom Eternal today, then probably on Thursday, I'll do one of 2 things. Either I'll do a session to try out the multiplayer of Doom Eternal, or we'll do more Neo 2. All right? It's one or the other. But if I don't finish Doom Eternal today, then obviously on Thursday I want to finish Doom Eternal. So that'll be Thursday's stream, finishing up that, and then maybe jumping over to multiplayer or whatever. Okay? Good stuff? Okay. Thursday night, Animal Crossing, New Horizons shall continue. And for those who don't know, this week is Bunny Day event launching in Animal Crossing. It's the very first big holiday event they're doing in the game. What that means is that there's going to be all kinds of holiday-themed things available to craft and to do in the game. Pretty exciting. I'm excited to see how these work because I've never participated in any event like this in Animal Crossing before. My wife says that they've done events like this in the mobile game before, and so she kind of knows how it goes. So we shall see. This Thursday night, Bunny Day event, Easter celebration, okay? Friday, brand new release, Resident Evil 3 Remake. Great new game, hopefully. It's funny because I'm seeing mixed reviews. Reviews have come out, and some places are saying it's like a 5 or a 6, and others are saying it's a 9. I don't know how that's possible at all. Excuse me. So I guess we'll see. Exactly how that will go. For me, I'm apprehensive. Here's why. I loved Resident Evil 2 Remake. I actually think it was the best survival horror game in recent memory, if not the best one I've ever played. It really got the whole gist of what that game was supposed to be and redid it. Modern graphics, modern controls. Great atmosphere, added in content. Remember, like the orphanage and stuff like that. It was exceptionally good. It was an insanely good game. Over the top, great. Didn't expect that from a remake, okay? But Resident Evil 3, in my opinion, was not even that great of a game. I played it and I didn't really like it that much. I thought that it was frustrating. I thought that it kind of lost the spirit of what Resident Evil was meant to be, because all it is being chased by stupid nemesis and then a bunch of annoying things like, oh, there's no ink ribbons. Oh, instant explosion barrel. What the fuck is that? When did that ever happen in Resident Evil before? Insta kill. So stupid. So, for me, I guess we're going to see how it goes. All right? And I'm kind of getting the vibe the game is going to be short. Like, I'm kind of getting the vibe I'm going to beat the game in like 2 days, 2 sessions. And there's really not going to be anything else to do. Unlike Resident Evil 2, where there's 2 sides to the campaign. So you play through it twice because there's twice the content with different things, variables moved around. Not the case with Resident Evil 3. So I get the feeling this is going to be a fast one. Where we're going to beat it in just a couple sessions, okay? Now, there is also supposedly online multiplayer, Resistance, I think it's called. But they tested it a week ago and it didn't work. They tested it online like a beta and it wasn't working at all. Everyone was complaining it doesn't work. It drops, crashes. So, not too, super excited for this one in regards to that. I'm more excited, obviously, for the main game. I hope it's good. They did such a good job at Resident Evil 2 Remake that I have to think that even if I didn't like Resident Evil 3, that the remake will be good, So, we'll find out starting this Friday. Okay? So, there you go. Then, Friday night, my weekly Throwback Street Fighter session. 2 hours of old school Street Fighter fun. Then on Sunday, more Resident Evil 3 Remake. So, we're going to have 2 back-to-back days of it. If I beat it, then I beat it that quickly, right? Saturday night will be more Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Sunday, we're going to swing back to Neo 2 for a day for some variety, so that way I'm not just doing the same thing all week. And by the way, maybe the first session of Neo 2 the entire week, being how the schedule is right now, okay? So we'll see. And then Sunday night will be my Chill Morrowind stream. And then on Monday, possibly more Resident Evil 3 Remake, depending on what happens here with the game, and Minecraft, okay? Tuesday of that next week, again, will be my day off. Reminder that later that week, the new release is Final Fantasy VII Remake, okay, that Friday. So that'll give us Wednesday and Thursday if I need to wrap up coverage of Resident Evil 3 Remake, or, if we're just going to do Neo 2 constantly, which we can do, all right? And then Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be huge. I'm very excited for this. Because I love, JRPGs. This is a modern take on it. Final Fantasy VII, a game like I told you guys many, many times. A game that I always felt was overhyped. I thought that the plot, of Final Fantasy VII was poor. I really liked the combat. In fact, I think that the turn-based combat of Final Fantasy VII was outstanding, and it's really fun because it is more traditional turn-based combat. But I never really liked the plot of Final Fantasy VII. So them redoing the game, that this entire game is just going to be in Midgar, additional characters, lots of story, voice acting, new music, modern graphics, everything, redone from the ground up. I'm very excited. So we'll see how that goes, all right? So that's the rough schedule for the next week or two, Hope that sounds good for all of you. And we'll have good variety on the streams, good fun on the streams. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the poll is open. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, the Viewer's Choice poll event is open. Yes, it is official. Finally, you can vote on what game you want to see me play for Viewer's Choice. Coming up here later on in April, actually. It'll probably be around the second half of April at some point that I'll start playing. Big variety in the games that are listed here. Some of the games I've never even heard of. Some of the games I'm very aware of what they are. And we got a good variety. We got platformers. We've got RPGs. We've got action-based games. We've got just a lot of stuff. And I am excited, to see how things go with the voting. Right now, I have not looked at all. I have no idea how the voting is going. But the voting is opened. You may vote for more than one game, by the way. I should bring that up. It's a multiple choice poll. So vote for all the games you want to see me do for a Viewer's Choice playthrough. And more than likely, it'll be around the middle of April when I will tally up, those votes, and we will determine what game is going to be the Viewer's Choice playthrough. Okay? So there you go. There you go. Why is it multiple choice? Because let's say out of that, there's 9 games in the running. Okay, 9 games in this poll. What if you really want to see me play 3 of them? Well, I'm not going to make you just decide one. Vote for the 3. Who cares, right? It's fine. The only time that multiple choice doesn't work is if you're stupid and you vote for every single one. Like, I want to see Phil play all 9 games, and you vote for all 9 games. What was the point? You certainly didn't push the total in any direction, right? You see? So as long as you're not voting for all 9 games, you're fine. Okay? Add Max Payne 2 to the poll? I can't. The way that the poll worked, every game that you see in that poll of 9 games was nominated at least 4 times, if not more, because some of them were actually nominated way more than 4 times. Anything else didn't make the cut. So that's why, Max Payne 2 didn't make it? No. It only got 3 nominations. So it didn't make it to the final poll. I'm just going by what people did on the forums. That's why I told you guys for 2 weeks to nominate stuff, because I knew this would happen. But my favorite didn't make it. Well, did you nominate it? Oh, no, I don't use the forums. Well, that's why I didn't make it. What did you think was going to happen, right? So there you go. All right, guys, 1 second. I got to blow my nose. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, that's better. Yeah, but I'm having some sinus problems because of allergies. I can tell. It's hit that time of year now where everything outside's starting to bloom. And now I'm waking up and my sinuses are swollen. And, my nose is itchy. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, yeah. I know exactly what's going on. This happens every year around this time of year. So, apologies there. So, yes, please vote. Viewer's Choice event going on right now. Okay, guys? Outside of that, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else we should talk about before we go on to the next segment? I'm trying to think. No, not really, I guess. I don't really think anything else is popping up in my head. So, thanks, guys. And, let's move on to the next segment. All right? So thank you very much, everyone, for your support. Thank you for 11 awesome years where I've been a content creator on the internet and have had a superb amount of fun sharing my daily gameplay experiences with all of you, okay? I really do appreciate the fact that you guys still come by on a daily basis to hang out with me and have a good time. Sharing our not only gameplay experiences, but hanging out and having fun conversations and everything. It's really outstanding that after so long, you guys still care and you still want to hang out with me, all right? That being said, it certainly has not been an easy road, at all. There's been many bumps, many highs and lows. I've had to change the kind of content that I create multiple times over the course of the years because of changing trends and because of other things behind the scenes. And today I am a full-time streamer. I'm here 6 days a week putting out fun gameplay streams for all of you guys. And then I'm also archiving all those streams so you can watch them over on DSPGaming on YouTube. So that way, if you can't be here live, you can still check out the content, right? And I do appreciate those who do. All right, all the support that you guys give me is really amazing. But it's not like it used to be back in the day. I used to be a full-time YouTuber, and it would be all about views and ad revenue. And it's not like that at all anymore. In fact, it's the complete opposite. I really couldn't care less about views, and ad revenue is a thing of the past for me. In reality, yes, do I upload videos to YouTube? Yes, but they pretty much don't make that much money anymore. It's all about crowdfunding during the streams. It's about you guys enjoying yourselves, and because you're having such a good time, contributing during my live streams. And that's how I make a living, So thanks to anyone who attends the streams and then, contributes via any kind of a method here that I'm about to outline. If you like the streams, you like the fact that of everything that I do, you want to see it continue, you can contribute and make stuff happen, make it keep going, all right? But that being said, before I even talk a little bit about any ways that you guys can contribute, I want to say something up front so it's perfectly clear. My streams are free. My streams are on twitch.tv for free. And I'm perfectly happy having people come by and hang out with me. It's not about contributions. Contributions are not mandatory, all right? It's my philosophy that if I put out an entertaining, positive, and fun stream for you guys, and we have a good time here today on stream, then not only are we all going to have a good time, but that the contributions are going to come in naturally, right? I don't need to sit here and harp on contributions constantly. I don't need to be yelling at people for not contributing, all right? I can just instead enjoy the game, enjoy our interaction, have fun. That's the point of a gameplay stream. And then it's a natural, organic thing that people would want to support to keep that stuff going, right? That's my philosophy. It's always been my philosophy. So please understand that. And please know that, no, I'm not going to be constantly harping on anything like attendance or contributions or anything like that. And please know that you are not expected to contribute. That if you do contribute, I consider that going above and beyond the call of just being a stream viewer or a supporter, all right? And I appreciate that because, again, it is you guys who do support in that method that keeps stuff going, all right? So without further ado, let's now talk a little bit about how you guys can contribute to the streams, all right? So first of all, it's the end of March. In fact, there's only one day left in March. You can check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidefil. This is a monthly pledge campaign where your pledges to my Patreon will earn you personal perks as a way of saying thank you for those contributions, all right? I'm not going to go into massive detail about it simply because everything is always explained over there on the site, and I appreciate everyone who does pledge and is an ongoing pledgee to my Patreon, and I appreciate anyone who would even give it a look and consider pledging anew. So thank you guys for that, and thanks for the support there. Now, excuse me, I got a burp coming. Uh-oh. Ooh. Holy moly. There we go. That feels a little better. Now let me get a sip of my Mio here. Okay. All right, continuing on. I have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise, particularly t-shirts, but there's other things on there like sweatshirts and mugs and stickers and the like. Good quality stuff, I can attest, because I personally own a bunch of it and I wear it on streams from time to time to show it off. If you get anything from there, you help me out and you get a cool collectible out of it. So give it a look. That's teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. And thanks to anyone who does give it a look. Okay? If you're here live on the stream, then chances are you're probably going to want to contribute in a way that's going to earn you some interaction and a thank you shout out. Get something immediately in return. As I say, immediate gratification for your contributions, right? So if you either cheer with bits, or you subscribe to my channel, or you tip me during today's stream, I'm going to give you a live thank you shout out during the stream, as long as your message that you send with those contributions is in line with the stream rules, meaning, no insults, no attempts to derail the stream, no crazy off-topic stuff, no giant paragraphs that are going to make me read for 40 minutes, and, no song lyrics, etc. Basic stuff that pretty much everyone understands. All right? Now, in addition to that, at the top of the screen, you see there's a stream stats leaderboard, and that will be updated with the top cheerer and top tipper of the stream. It's an extra way for you to get recognition. In addition to that, there's 2 other things that are tracked automatically by Twitch, which are the top cheerers of the week, as well as the top sub gifters of the week. Those are integrated right here into the Twitch chat. Now, it's Monday. Monday is the new week for Twitch. So that means that we're going to have new things tracked for the first time. It resets those leaderboards. So anyone who cheers today or gifts subs, boom, you're going to get right up there on those leaderboards at the top 10 because they've completely reset overnight. Okay? So, there's many ways that you guys can get, recognized, and there's many ways to contribute. Out of all those ways, you may be saying to yourself, well, geez, Phil, what's the actual best way to contribute? Because you just mentioned a ton, right? The actual best way to contribute is by tipping me. And the reason that is because when you tip me, those are funds I get immediately to put towards important things. Last night, I scheduled 2 very important payments that needed to be done by the end of this month, but also they were ginormous payments, okay? So now you tip me today, you're going to help me out for my day off tomorrow when I go grocery shopping and I run errands and the like. You see, that's how it works. The funds that I get via tips, I can put towards important things immediately. Later this week, I'll be buying Resident Evil 3 Remake. Your tips will fund that. See? That's how it works. Now, everything else that you guys do, cheering, subbing, Teespring, etc., those are great. Those all help me out as well, and I'm certainly not looking to give to horse in the mouth. Please, if you want to support via one of those methods, please do. But all those methods have a delay before I see any positive impact from them. Versus if you tip me, I get immediate help that I can put towards important stuff. So, if you want to help them in the biggest way and you have the capability to tip, please do. That's the way to go. How do you tip? Below the stream, there's a tip jar button you can click on, or you can type !tip into the stream chat, and that will bring up the link to my PayPal tips page. There's 2 ways to tip. You can either use a registered PayPal account if you have one. If you don't, you could just use a major debit or credit card, much like any other payment on the internet. But you may not see the option to do that, reason being, it usually only shows up on the fully loaded desktop version of the site. Okay? So, please, by all means, if you would like to tip via a credit card or a debit card, if you're on a mobile device, you're going to have to prompt it to load the full desktop version of the site, or just jump on a PC, and those options should be made readily available to you. Okay? Good stuff? All right. Excuse me. All right, guys. So, one thing that I want to say up front. I want to protect you guys, all right, a little bit here. I want to make sure that you're all right, because sadly, there are people who are really just messed up, and they like to harass people on the internet just because they can. Not because they get any personal benefit out of it, not because, they feel that there's an agenda behind it. Just because they can, they will. And what you may not realize is the incredible amount of personal information that all of us have on the internet right now. Just if you use social media in particular, you've probably got stuff on there like your friends, your family members, where you hang out, where you work, your interests, all that stuff is readily and publicly available because a lot of us just post it right up and offer it up as public knowledge to the internet, right? But, take it from me that this kind of knowledge can be utilized and motivated against you in a humongous way, okay? So, please be aware of the stuff you're putting out on the internet. And please, if you're going to be on my stream today and consider contributing, do your best to protect your identity. And in my recommendation, hide your identity, all right? So, for example, let's say today you're going to tip on my stream. Well, don't use your real name. And don't use an alias that's associated with your social media accounts. Instead, make a name up. Maybe something that's pertinent to the stream or something, just make up that's funny. Or be anonymous. Tip anonymously. That way no one will know it's you. See what I mean? You know, the last thing I want to hear is that someone came to a stream, was having a good time, contributed, and now they're getting constantly harassed by people online. I hate that. That's why I do this PSA every morning, because people don't realize, you know, how easy it can be with the amount of information we put out there to just get harassed. You know what I mean? So, thank you for any contributions during today's stream, and please do your due diligence to protect your identities. All right? All right, 1 second. My blinds are not aligned. This is weird. What happened here? It was stuck. Okay. My blinds were like crooked. I was like, what's up with that? It was just stuck on one of the wires. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, now let's talk about the rules of the stream. So I like to maintain a certain chill vibe on my gameplay streams. What does that mean? Well, it basically means the following. I want it to be that when you come to my stream, you can relax. You can have fun. You can unplug from all of the stresses and all of the goings on of the real world and just have a good, relaxing time here. Watch me play some games, see my honest reactions to the games I'm playing, interact with me a little bit, interact with other stream chatters. See what I mean? My goal is to make you forget about all the crap going on in the real world that's bothering us. Right now, there's a lot of crap going on in the real world that's bothering us. Well, you know, this worldwide pandemic and all the negative things associated with it, it's really, really bad right now. So, with that being said, I want us to not have to be constantly thinking about toxic, negative stuff, instead having a good time. And so there's a few rules that I enforce on the stream. First of all, I have to abide by all the rules and regulations of Twitch.tv. I'm streaming on their business, and therefore I can't just say and do whatever I want on my streams. I hope you guys understand that. But in addition, all right, there's certain topics that I've found over the 11 years I've been a content creator, they're really not very productive topics. Instead, they just get people really riled up and angry with each other. Those topics are politics and religion. That is right. For whatever reason, whenever you start talking about that stuff on a gameplay stream, people get angry with each other. They start getting at each other's throats. They can't agree to disagree. And in general, I've really not found them as any kind of productive thing. In fact, all they do is derail gameplay streams. So in general, we don't bring those up as topics of discussion unless maybe they're in context to, say, a game that I'm playing. There's a game that has those kind of topics in them. That's different. But in general, please don't derail the stream with those topics. It's not allowed. Okay? Now, in addition, we have expanded this kind of limitation. Now, being that we know what's going on in the real world and how horrible everything is, I'm well aware of COVID-19 and everything with it, but we don't need to be talking about it constantly on the stream. All right? Listen, there's tons of discussion about it everywhere else outside of my gameplay stream. Let this try to be a haven where maybe we could just relax. Now, I'm certainly not going to ban discussion of it at all. That would be ridiculous. It's the biggest thing going on in the world. But at the same time, please, let's keep it under wraps and let's not derail the entire stream with it. Okay? All right. And then, folks, I'm well aware there are tons of people on the internet that don't like me. They make fun of me. They defame me. They slander me. They do it for personal gain. They make up these crazy controversies, insane conspiracy theories with no substantiation, just speculation. They put it on the internet. Why? Because number one, it gets them popularity and views. And number two, because some of them have even found a way to make money off of it. And I have no defense against it. Because of the financial situation I'm in, I can't defend myself. And I certainly can't sue any of these people for defamation. Therefore, there's nothing I can do. I'm stuck. I'm in a position where I just kind of got to sit around and say, well, it is what it is. So, please understand, we're well aware these people exist, but we're not going to bring them up on the stream. Because doing so would do two different things. First of all, it would completely derail the positivity of the stream. The whole point of the stream is fun, positivity, and having good time with games. Bringing up these toxic individuals isn't going to do that. It's going to do the opposite. It's just going to have bad feelings all around. And number two, it's going to basically give attention, undue attention, to those who don't deserve it, and certainly those who are out to be malicious, negative, toxic individuals and hurt me, even though they don't know me and they think that this is some kind of joke or game. It's my life. And I don't feel like giving them attention is the right thing to do. So, that's why we have strict rules against bringing any of that crap up. Do not, or you will find yourself being moderated. I'm just saying. Okay? Okay. That's the rules. One final thing, guys. Before we get on to the shout-out segment, which is where I say thanks for your contributions. Today marks, I believe, a 2-week anniversary of DRS Gangsta and King Gokin being promoted to being temporary mods, or actually, I should say trial mods, okay? And I would say Overall, I've gotten positive feedback about them. Maybe a couple times where some people contacted me and they felt that maybe they a little bit overstepped their power bounds by timing people out who maybe didn't deserve it. But for the most part, people are saying these mods are good. Okay? So, what I'm going to do, I can't do it today, obviously, but I'm going to be talking with them. And as long as they would like to, I think we're going to be taking them on as permanent members of the mod team. So that way they can have all the privileges of being full-time mods. And now we actually have good coverage. What I mean by that is, just as soon as like a month or 2 months ago, people were complaining constantly there wasn't enough mods, that the moderators were never here, and we were having streams where the trolls would just run rampant, and there was no way to keep that stuff under control, and people were very upset about this. Okay? But now with the addition of Straight Cash Homie, and now it looks like DRS Gangsta and King Gokin as full-time mods, I think we're going to have enough coverage for now, all right, so that we're going to be good moving forward. Now, things could change, right? Things could definitely change moving forward, but just so you guys know, because some people have been sending me, oh, can I be a mod? Can I be a mod? At this point, it looks like we're not going to be looking for any more mods. It looks like things are good at this point, all right? So, good stuff. So, yes, King Gokin and DRS Gangsta. I know King Gokin's here. I'll probably be emailing you guys. Not today. I'll probably be too busy today. But probably within the next week or so, I'll be emailing you with, the full details of, the fact that, you can become full-time mods and, give you a little bit more information about that. Okay, guys? Congratulations. Good stuff. All right. Now it's time for the shout-outs, everybody. Let's do it. Hold on. Here we go again. Oh, let's do shout-out. Nothing's moving. What's going on? This happens every day. All right. So, time for some shout-outs, everybody. We start off with Honest Fan, who right when the stream went on, he did a 50-bit cheer. Okay? And interesting here his question, because now I'm honestly racking my own brain trying to figure out how to answer this question. And I don't know if I'm going to have a sufficient answer for this one. All right, so Honest Fan asks the following. Phil, what is the lore behind your Selsun Blue jokes? It's in your Back in Time song, as well as several of your old playthroughs. I just love the fluffy... Do you just love the fluffy anti-dandruff shampoo? Man, I really wish that I had a good answer for this. I'm trying to remember the exact origins of the Selsun Blue thing. But I really, just off the top of my head, can't remember the exact point where I started making the joke. But here, I can tell you this. I remember back when I was, early on in my days of content creation, I remember playing some of these games that just had ridiculous over-the-top stuff going on. A big gory segment of the game, right? Or something with a lot of ultra violence or a huge, crazy, insane plot twist. If you remember, back in the day, a lot of the games I was playing at the very beginning of my YouTube tenure here were zombie games where you'd have just brutal deaths, right? Happening like out of nowhere, big brutal death. And so I remember what I would do is I would try to kind of do a silly joke or shock value thing during, oh my God, super serious. Someone just brutally died, right? Well, that disgusting, amazing, cannibalistic death brought to you by the amazing cleansing powers of Selsun Blue. I would do something like that because I thought it was funny. Let's do a silly, not serious plug during the middle of a ridiculous, over-the-top segment of a video game, right? I used to do that all the time. Whenever there was like a big cutscene that would go on in a video game, I would talk over it and I would make jokes and stuff. Now, over time, I basically don't do that anymore because people basically came to expect that, it was annoying for someone to talk over an important story development cutscene or a serious moment in a game, and you're just joking constantly. But I'm pretty sure, that was the origins of it. Okay? Funny enough, I never used Selsun Blue until I want to say it was 2018. When, if you remember, in early 2018, I did my final ever DSP Tries It video. And it was a dual video where I did Selsun Blue shampoo as well as fidget spinners. Okay? And during that video, I finally actually legitimately tried the product. Even though for years and years, I had these running jokes about Selsun Blue in my videos. Okay? So, honest fan, I honestly don't know the actual moment of origin of the Selsun Blue thing. But, it is what it is. It did become a running thing, and you'll notice, especially if you go back to my older videos, you're talking probably 2009 through like 2011, 2012, you'll probably find the reference a ton. And then, of course, eventually things get old and they phase them out. So, there you go. 007 Blaine has resubscribed to the channel for a whopping 41 months of support. Blaine, first of all, welcome. Also, thank you so much for the long-standing ongoing support. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well, and thank you very much. All right, continuing on. Last Rambo cheered. He says, would you like an infamous remastered collection of 1 and 2? A new game from the series, or how can they improve it? Yeah, it's funny because Infamous was actually console exclusive. It was one of the bigger console exclusive games of the PS3 era, and a lot of people don't remember it. It's funny. It was huge back then. Infamous 1 and 2, and then, of course, you had the spin-off on PS4 when they had Infamous, what was it called? Second Son, and then Last Light, right? Those were the modern ones on PS4 near the beginning of the console's life cycle. And then it just kind of fizzled out and died, disappeared, and never was continued. It was Sucker Punch, right? Who makes that? It's kind of unfortunate because I would definitely say that Infamous was a fun series. Yes, I do think that Second Son and Last Light weren't as good as the original 1 and 2, but I really like those games a lot. And sadly, they're gone now. And you're right, they never made like a remastered collection. They just kind of let them go into disrepair and being forgotten. I remember playing those as some of my bigger playthroughs, back in the day before I did live streaming. The Infamous games were huge. I still remember the joke at the very beginning of Infamous 1 when there's that giant explosion. I said someone left their toaster on. I still remember that. It was a big feeling of, I'm playing a big new release on release day, and here I am making jokes over the intro cutscene like we were just talking about, and enjoying those playthroughs. But now, those devs are making other stuff. Ghost of Tsushima coming out later this year. That's their new game, and the Infamous franchise he's just forgotten. But the truth is, I like the Infamous games. I would love to see like a modern remaster collection. Infamous 1, 2, and the DLC. If you remember, there was the DLC where Cole became a vampire. I think those would be really neat. As things to make like a remaster collection. But I don't know if it'll ever happen. Right? Ouch. I agree you kind of suck. He says the PS4 Infamous games didn't embrace the comic side of the original Infamous. Yeah, there was like none of that. It was like trying to be more serious, and at the same time, in my opinion, it wasn't as good. If you remember, I said, man, I really like playing as Cole, and his powers way better than the new hero they put in Second Son. So, okay. Thank you, Snow Carl, for the cheer. However, once again, you're completely off base in what you're saying. And, in fact, what you're saying is not only off base, but can be harmful and insulting. So stop saying stupid shit like that. Okay. Master Chief tipped me $1. This is the first tip of the day. Let me get him up on the leaderboard here. Okay. He says, Bungie has stated, the intended difficulty for Halo games is heroic, even though the game is set to normal. Yes, we talked about this yesterday. That's because Bungie doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. When you set something to default, that means that is the default experience for whatever it is, right? However you get something when you first purchase it, when it's ready to go, that's it. That's the default experience. That's what the majority of people who are going to use that item or play that game or watch that movie, that's what they're going to see, right? And you got to understand that. I'll give you a better example from the other day. All right, let's say you buy a movie. All right, and the movie, by default in the box, has one viewing mode, but it has optional viewing modes as well. All right, maybe, the movie's also in 4K. The movie has some kind of a super ultra widescreen IMAX presentation or whatever. Now, if you watch that movie in the standard version, does it cut out content? Is it less enjoyable? No, of course not. The standard version of the movie is the version of the movie that was made to be digestible to most audiences, whether you're watching it on demand video, whether you're watching it on a Blu-ray DVD, whether you saw it in a movie theater. The standard version of the movie is meant to be the full movie that you're supposed to experience. That's the default experience. Now, it's true. If you pay some extra money, you can go to an IMAX theater and you can see that movie in an even bigger screen that maybe you feel is a little bit cooler. But that's not the default experience. The default experience is meant to be, you do the standard thing to experience it, you see it, you're done, that's it, okay? So for example, a video game, when you boot it up, whatever is the default setting, you boot up the game, you press start, let's play, whatever it's set to, that's the default experience. That's meant to be the standard experience you experience that game doing. If Bungie is saying you have to play the game on heroic difficulty and that's not set to default, Bungie fucked up and doesn't understand game development. Sorry. That's just the truth. Hate to say it, Bungie's one of the most overrated fucking studios out there and always has been, as seen by Destiny and Destiny 2. Yeah, you're supposed to set your game, the default setting is the setting that everyone's supposed to experience, period. If you want to challenge yourself, you up the difficulty. If you think it's too hard, you want an easy experience, you lower the difficulty. But the default is the default, period. If you don't understand, all right, take a look at the definition of default. Seriously. There's no room for argument here. There's no room for error. Okay? All right, let's continue. Snow Curl Charity says, why don't you use nasal strips? They improve nasal congestion and make it easier to breathe. It'd be good for the viewing experience. Well, I'm not going to do it during a stream. I did try using them overnight sometimes, and I don't know, sometimes they help, sometimes they don't. My problem is not, normal. I have a post-nasal drip. I've had it my whole life. It's a hereditary thing. My dad has it too. And because of that, some nights I'm fine, and then some mornings I wake up and my nasal passages are completely inflamed and swollen, and I'm all gunked up and I feel like shit. And it's just something that I've come to accept in my life, that I'm always going to be like this. There's no way to cure post-nasal drip. You can take decongestant, it doesn't work. It just, it doesn't do anything. So, you see what I mean? Yeah, everyone says these crazy, use this, do this, do this. Those are not solutions. It's just something that I have to put up with, and you have to understand, do I enjoy the fact that I have this issue? Of course freaking not. I'd love to have clear sinuses constantly. I'd love to not have this gunk pouring down my sinuses and into my throat constantly. But that's not my reality. That is my reality. I have to live with this. All right? Honest Fan Cheered, 75 bits. It says, I finally tried Mio. It's a game changer, Phil. My favorite flavor is Bop and Punch. What's your favorite flavor? I feel it really changes the water drinking game. I've never had Bop and Punch. My two favorite flavors of Mio are, I think one's called Blue Lightning, and it tastes just like lemonade, and the other one is Black Cherry. They do have one that tastes like fruit punch, but I haven't been able to find it in a million years, so I don't even know if that's the one you're referencing. But that one I actually did like too. And there's a few other. Today I'm actually drinking one that tastes like mocha, like coffee. Because I've just realized it's been sitting there, for a long time. I was like, oh shit, I haven't drank this one in a million years. I better start drinking it. So, there you go. All right, continuing on. Ladies and gentlemen, someone anonymously dropped a 10 subscription bomb on the stream this morning. So congratulations to the following people who just got gifted subs. That was Crap, Fat Tony 313, How Ruroni, Zach 418, Genocidal Ape, Geekroom, Collage, Linus TF2, Electron Volt, and You Kinda Suck. So congratulations to all of you on receiving gifted subs, and thank you to whoever this was. I appreciate that. Very, very generous of you. I'm sure that boosted our sub numbers, so by the end of this pre-stream, I will update the sub count so we can see what we're at. Okay? All right. Mr. Johnson tipped me a large $25 tip to get things started today with major tips. He's unleashed your full power on the last part of Doom. I'll do my best, Mr. Johnson. Again, I don't know. I've heard it's incredibly difficult coming up. So, I guess we'll see. And go from there. Hopefully, I'm able to beat the game today. That'd be great if I could wrap up the story today. But if it really is as hard as people are saying, could be a daunting task. You know, we could have a champion Gundyr or Ludwig situation here today. I don't know. I guess we're going to see when I get to the end. So, thank you very much, Mr. Johnson, for the very generous tip. Ryan subscribed for 2 months and says, rip and tear through the Doom ending. Thank you, Ryan. Then he also did a 100-bit cheer. He says, please ignore any detractor trolls in the chat. All right, I shall do my best. Let me get Ryan up here on the leaderboard as the top cheerer. 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Ryan. Oh, let's see here. Alone Light did a 100-bit cheer. And he says, DSP, I love your content. I see that you've struggled a bit with Doom Eternal. It is not a corridor shooter, rather an arena shooter. It has a hell of a learning curve, and I understand that it's tough. That's right. And, you know, I grew up in the era of single-player FPSs were corridor shooters. You had to constantly be strafing in and out of cover to save your own ass. And, yes, you had to constantly be moving, but it wasn't like this game where it's just insane. You can't even catch your breath. It's just a moving, double jumping, dashing at every waking moment if you want to survive. It was not like that back in the day. Not to say, you know, that was a long time ago, so obviously I wasn't expecting that in a modern game, but even compared to Doom 2016, this game is just over-the-top crazy. But yeah, thank you for the cheer, and, you know, I basically got to do my best to try to finish it. I don't know. People are saying the end is so hard. I guess we'll see. Ryan now did a 150-bit cheer. That's the top cheer of the day, and he says, I'm pretty sure you did a DSP try at Celsin Blue. I actually just talked about that on the pre-stream. Have you thought of doing a throwback DSP Tries It video someday? I love those videos. Here's the thing, Ryan. I talk about this a lot, but I'll say it again. Number one, DSP Tries It was a series that I did over time when I was looking to diversify my content on YouTube. And it was a very fun series when I did it for a while. And then over time, DSP Tries It became a chore. And here's what I mean. I was struggling to find things to do in the series. People were always screaming for a new episode, and I didn't have anything really that I thought was meaningful to do. Whenever I was doing food, it was a giant hassle. Because, oh, I want to eat. Oh, but I can't. I got to sit down. I got to set up a camera. I got to be recording, bite, and do taste testing. Like, I'm just fucking hungry, man. And the thing is, you know, when I first started DSP Tries It, I was a YouTuber. I didn't live stream at all, so I had no schedule, okay? So it was like, okay, I'm recording for today. Oh, I'm going to take a break to get food. So I'll upload. While I'm uploading, I'll go get food. I'll record a DSP Tries It while I'm eating, which is no additional work for me. And then, you know, I'll get back to gaming when I get a chance. Today, I'm on a set schedule for streams. So it's, imagine this, you know, playing the game, streaming, got to upload, run out, buy the food, come home, film the DSP Tries It, get the DSP Tries It editing, set up for the next stream, jump right to the next stream. It's hectic as shit. And it's really annoying because I don't even get a chance to catch my breath when I was doing that kind of stuff. And I was doing that for years, by the way. You know, if you remember, I was pretty much on a set streaming schedule. Ever since I kind of moved in here, I'd say probably around 2015 is when it really fell into place. So you're talking 2-3 years there where that was my schedule. It was just boom, move, constant. Not even time for a 5-minute fucking break between my streams because I'm doing so much work. Okay? And it was just a pain in the ass. Just being honest, it was. And by the end of its run, DSP Tries It, number one, wasn't fun to do anymore. And number two, wasn't even profitable or productive for me. Because YouTube basically had revenue that fell so far for ad revenue. So to give you some perspective here, Ryan, listen to this. When I started doing DSP Tries It, all right, you know, a little bit of work because you got to film and edit or whatever. You put it out on the internet. So, you know, arguably, an hour of work, and it would be crazy profitable. Some old DSP Tries It, I made like hundreds of dollars on them. I know that sounds crazy, but I did. A modern DSP Tries It, you know, filming, editing, uploading, everything. I was making less money on each video than what it cost for the meal. So imagine this. I go to Burger King and I spend $10 on a combo meal or whatever, plus tax and whatever. $10. I come home, I edit the video, I upload it, I make $4. So why did I even do it? You see what I mean? Like, it was so much work when I could have been doing other things that are far more productive. And there's just no time for it. The other thing is, DSP Tries It was very much a series that made a lot more sense when I had a lot more time. I don't have time anymore. You know, I have a family here. I'm constantly busy behind the scenes doing stuff with them and spending time with them. When I was a bachelor and I had all this crazy free time to just do whatever I wanted, that was different. Now I have much more meaningful things to do with my time than sit around eating fast food and filming myself doing it. You see what I mean? So there's about a million reasons why I have no desire to ever go back to DSP Tries It. By the way, the final reason would be I don't even have editing software anymore. And I haven't had it in over a year. You know, last year was the straw that broke the camel's back financially for me, and I couldn't really afford much or anything. So I basically cut out all superfluous things, meaning no video editing software, all that, you know, all got canceled. So I can't even edit videos anymore, even if I wanted to. So it would have to be like I just film with my camera and do nothing else. You see what I mean? So would I ever bring back TSP Tries It? I would say the only way I would ever bring it back is some kind of a crazy special event or anniversary. And in reality, I just have no desire to do it. I see every once in a while, I see a fast food item that's fascinating. And I'm like, I just don't care. You know, I just don't want to do it anymore. DSP Tried It definitely served its purpose during a set period of time there. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people liked the series. But I think it really, you know, it had its time and it's done now. Okay? Fair enough? Alrighty then. Uh-oh. There we go. Rearranging my drinks here. Continuing on. PW Dubs to me $1.30. He said, when you say that Kat is accepting of us non-trolls, does she have a positive opinion on us non-trolls? She has no opinion because she doesn't, you know, have anything to do with my streams. How could she have any opinion on non-trolls when she doesn't know anything about it? She stays away from the streams. Thank you for the dollar tip. Ryan now did a 500-bit cheer. Ryan being very generous today. Let's get that updated again. Now up to 500 bits. Thank you, Ryan. He says, have you thought about throwback Cooking with the King episodes for a special event? I enjoyed those too. Literally, I think I just explained that situation. It's exactly the same with Cooking with the King, only even more so. Cooking with the King, I ran out of ideas within a year of me doing the series. I didn't want to do it anymore. And it seems like people scream for Cooking with the King when it's like, guys, the series has been defunct for like 8 years. You kind of got to get it through your head that it's not coming back. Okay? Okay. Snorlax tipped $1. He says, speaking of Infamous, let's get Prototype 3. Thoughts on the series? I liked Prototype. Even though it was kind of buggy. I remember them having a lot of bugs and issues when I played those games. I thought the Prototype games were good. I thought Prototype 1 was really good. Prototype 2 was kind of meh. Because you had this new protagonist. And then the guy, I think his name was Alex Mercer or something, was still in the game. But as a side character. And I don't know. Like, I think the series was good. But it kind of just lost a little bit of its momentum. And then after that, they just didn't care to make a third one because they probably thought it wasn't going to be profitable. So it was good, though. Again, at the time of like the PS3 era, PS3, Xbox 360, these consoles were now powerful enough to do these big open world style games. And so they were able to make, Spider-Man, Web of Shadows, right? Infamous, Prototype. These big open world, go through a giant city style games were now finally possible with the processing power of that level of console. And so we had a bunch of games that all kind of followed that archetype. So there you go. All right, continuing on. PW Dubs to me $1.30. He says, if you ever get another pet, will you allow us to have a name competition? The person with the highest contribution gets to name them. No. That's stupid. But thank you for the dollar tip. Oops. A Goff 1 resubscribed for 5 months. It says, what's up? What's going on, man? Thank you for the support. Mark C609 did a 100-bit cheer. He says, I think you should play Resident Evil 3 on hard difficulty. You get up to 5 costumes compared to 2 on easy, and items drop every time you defeat Nemesis, which you can do easily on hard. We have your back for hard mode. No. Steve Jobs sent me $1. He says, we ship iPhones with the power off. Is that the default experience? No. And that's stupid, and you're an idiot. Thank you for the dollar tip. First, Phil. Tip me $2. He says, I think you're incorrect with your comparison of movies and video games. As a content creator, your audience would like you to play the game with the challenge of resource usage and exploration to see what the new game offers. No. I'm playing the game with the default experience it's intended. I already did an insanely grueling, challenging run of Resident Evil 2 last year, and I said I would never do that again, and I'm sticking to my guns. Mature Adult cheered. It says, cats and children should not be kept in the refrigerator. That is correct. Thank you, Mature Adult. Ryan cheered again. He says, that makes sense. I didn't think about the scheduling issue. I'm sorry that the next year talked about the cooking series. I said that before you answered. That's fine. No worries, Ryan. Yeah. You know, again, there was a time when my life was very different. I was a bachelor. I had unlimited free time. I had lost my office job. I was like, how am I going to fill the time? Well, I'll play games all day, and in between I could do little vlogs here and there whenever I can to fill the time, and I was uploaded all the internet, and it blew up in popularity, and people watched everything, and everything was great. And then over time, my life changed. I had less and less time to do these things, especially when I got on this strict schedule of streaming. And now today that I'm a full-time streamer, there's just no time for that kind of stuff anymore, you know? Quite frankly, the hour that it would take to do any of these edited series, more better spent on a stream for an hour. People like that more anyway. See what I mean? So there you go. All right. All right, guys. Now let's get to shout-outs for those who are the top contributors of the week. Considering that the leaderboard just reset, this is going to be a quick one. All right? So thanks to the top cheerers of the week. We got Last Rambo and Mature Adult tied for 6th. Mark C609, Alone Light, and Snow Carl tied for 3rd. Honest Fan is in 2nd, and Ryan is in 1st so far. And as for gifted subs, we have 10, but they were gifted by an anonymous gifter, so I can't give credit. All right? A couple more contributions came in. Alone Light just tipped me $5, and he says, best of wishes for Doom Eternal, Neo 2, and upcoming content you have in the future. Keep being awesome and stay safe. Thank you, Alone Light. I appreciate that. Let's update that leaderboard. BW Dubs tipped me $1.30. He says, why'd you call my pet name in question stupid? I thought it was a good thought-provoking question. It's not. It's stupid. When you have a pet, that pet is near and dear to you. You don't make the pet a contest that people can name it, and now you have a permanent attachment thing to that pet for the rest of its life. You know? That would be really stupid. Plus, quite frankly, if we were to get another pet in the future, it would probably be another rescue. You know? And the rescue pets already have names. So there you go. All right. That is it, guys. Thank you for the pre-stream. Hope you guys are ready for the conclusion of Doom Eternal. If we can finish it today, I don't know. Let's take a quick break. I'll use the restroom quickly. And then when we come back, excuse me. And then when we come back, we jump back in. Like I said, we're at the third to last level, and we're near the end. So we'll finish that up, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys? Thanks. I'll see you in just a few minutes.